Hi everyone, this is movie 3 for the chapter 9 walkthrough. I left off, I'm on like page 506, not like 506, I am on 506. And we're going to talk about inserting a form footer. And so how I ended the last movie was when you create a form in a wizard, it automatically puts a header in it, but it does not automatically put a footer in it. But there's oftentimes things that you want to include in the footer. And so we're going to look at how we can put a footer in and how we can use it. And one of the things about the footer is you need to go into design view in order to add it because it's not there yet. So we're going to come up here to view design, puts us in here, and you see here's our form header section, here's our detail section, and then here's our form footer. And it has no, although form headers and footers come in pairs, but you see there's no depth, there's no space to this form footer. That means that it doesn't really exist when you look at it. So the way that you kind of enable it is that you just give it some space. So you move your mouse and look at how my mouse is right now. It's that vertical bar with the up and down arrow. I'm going to click, hold, and drag and just give it some room. Now I have a footer. All right, so we just draw that bottom edge down and we'll just put it about an inch. I don't know. We'll fix it afterwards. I always like to give myself room and then I can always shrink it up. First thing I want to do is change that background color so it matches, so it's seamless, right? So remember that was in format, background style, or I'm sorry, background color. Use our palette here to pick. Oops, I'm on the wrong thing. Got to be on form footer. Didn't check. Section form footer. Then we want to do background color, pick, same thing. Now it is all the same. It will appear seamless when a user looks at it. If we go back to form view real quick, you'll see that if I go to new blank, right there, right? So let's actually test it. So we're going to put in our name and then 1200 Reservoir Street, Santa Fe, default's there, New Mexico default, zip code 87593, 505 555 4882, and accept the default for date joined. Notice that renewal date is 1 year after the date joined, so we're good. We still have the pencil. That means this has not been written to the table. So just if I go off of it, my pencil's gone. I could have also stayed on here and clicked on the save and then closed the form up. I'm going to save the changes. Okay, so we added the footer, but we didn't really do anything with it right now, but we'll get to it. We want to go ahead and look at the form add lessons, and I want I want to copy that because I'm going to, let's just look at it. Okay, so here's the form. There's a form and a subform. And I want to create one kind of built off of this, so I'm going to copy it. So I'm going to right click, copy, right click, paste. It's going to get my paste as screen, and I'm going to call it FRM add lessons fixed. So now we have a new form here that we're going to use to kind of fix the problems from the add lessons. but we don't want to actually mess with something that's in production, that's live. So this is a common technique that you make a copy of it so you can play with it and try and fix it, get it fixed, and then of course you can replace it into delete the one that's bad and change this name so it's all good. But for right now we're just gonna do it in this kind of test one. So I'm on page 508, and we're going to open the form, the fixed one. All right, note that it has a main and a subform. We're going to switch to design view. Okay, so that gives us this view, and we're going to click anywhere in the background, right? So we want to add a new field. So we're going to add phone number on here. Phone number's not listed, so we want to add it after zip code. So add existing field is the button here. It's right next to property on the design tab. It brings up the list of fields from the underlying table. Here is phone. So I'm going to double click on phone. It's going to pop it down in the form. It could, who knows where it could be. Notice there's two pieces. There's the label and then there's the bound text box. I want to grab that orange line around the text box. So I got the four-pointed arrow, and I'm just going to drag it up here and drop it. So it looks okay, except phone number here is not doing so good. So what we notice here is that this is kind of out of whack. So here's what I like to do is when I want to select multiple things, you could hold your control, click, 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 click. But what happens a lot of times is you end up shifting things a little bit, moving them. So what I like to do is just kind of make a box around all of the objects. So I'm going to pick all of my objects by clicking and dragging over top of them. I don't want the subform. So do you see every object is selected within that range that I just did? And now if I go to this arrange, what I want to do is pick stacked, and it's going to pop everything up, right? So all the unbounds are lined up, all the bounds are lined up. It's a little bit on top of the subform, but that's okay. We're going to fix that. Still selected, notice. So we want to do control padding here, and we're going to say narrow. All right, so it kind of put that white space, took it away. It brought all my fields up. Now they're not infringing on the space of the subform. So how we did that again is we selected them all, we did stacked, and then we controlled the white space by the padding, control padding here. All right, cool. So let's save that, and we can close out of that form. Oh, nope, I wasn't supposed to get out of that. I'm so sorry. Let's go back in as design. We don't need the field list anymore. We can close that up. All right, so now let me just demonstrate for you here. So if I'm hitting my tab key, do you see it never went to phone number? It went down to this subform, then it went up to phone. So that's kind of annoying, right? You want to go from zip code to phone number. So what we need to do is we need to change that tab order. So in order to do that, we need to be in the detail section, and in the design tab, find the button that says tab order, and it brings, so here we're detail, it brings it up, and notice that phone is after subform. So we want to select the box in front of phone so it's selected. Then we're going to point to it again and hold. And I know I got it right because I have the arrow with the little kind of box behind it. And I can just drag it up, and wherever I drop that line is now the new tab order. Okay, so I'm going to say OK, switch to form, and let's just test it. So tab, 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 tab. Hey, it went to the right thing. So we know we're good. We can save that. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do some count function and sum function in the footer, and that is a whole movie on itself. So I'm going to stop this movie, even though it's a little short one, and go and pick up with the page 510. All right, guys, thanks.